Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Authentically Naturale.
Today we're going to be talking about communications goals, and what that means is just finding the best way that we feel that we need to communicate with others.
Absolutely.
But then we're also going to be talking about gender communications and how women talk versus how men talk.
Yeah, absolutely. And keep in mind, y'all, we can only speak for our interpretation of our experiences with men and who we are and how we talk effectively as Black women. And plus, us, each other. Okay.
But also keep in mind that we both are communications majors, and Jasmine went to get her master's in strategic communications. So,
that girl is, thank you for that.
You're welcome, best friend. You always gotta have somebody to teach your home. A long time ago, it was just 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Dang, oh my God, for real? You're right.
Yeah.
Because it's 2020.
2021.
2021.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just, So, we're going to continue. Jasmine, you were talking about communications and effective communications during this pandemic.
Absolutely. And I think that really has brought everything on, because we've always said that communication is one of the most important skills, but the most underrated skills. So I think with 2020 now to 2021, there's been a huge emphasis placed on that. So, Kasey, I want to ask you, what kind of communicator do you think you are?
Wait, do you know what kind of communicator I am?
I think I know, but
Can
I
you give
feel
me
like
options?
sometimes. What you mean?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's really no it's really not no list. You know how love language?
I
list?
thought that there was a list.
No.
As far as a communicator, I definitely feel like I'm an effective communicator, but I feel like I communicate the most with my facial expressions and
Non-language.
I'm nonverbal.
Yeah, nonverbal.
Because
I say non-language.
I'm nonverbal, but I am verbal, but I feel like my most accurate is nonverbal.
Yeah.
Because I can say, yeah, I forgive you, but I know that I don't forgive you in that moment. Like, I know I still need to work on it, so I know I'm still going to shut you out.
That's true.
So,
That's
what
true.
about you?
I think that...
But I also have a real big steak face. Like, when I don't appreciate something, I'm going to be like...
That is true. Yeah. I think people can generally tell how I feel with my nonverbals. I don't hide anything. It comes off on my face. So that's the thing. And I will say, too, for me, I do feel like I can display effective communication styles, but sometimes I go back to square one if I feel like I'm not being heard or listened to. But I've definitely learned to take a step back and really think about what the person is saying before I give them my answer, and not get upset. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of think about it.
That part, the not get upset part, is the hardest part.
It's so hard.
But I also feel like listening is also a very hard part too, because most people don't listen, and even a lot of journalists don't listen when it comes to interviews or something like that. It's like we're taught to listen first, and we don't do that. There was this one activity that I had to do, and it was me and my partner, and they would say how they feel. Okay. And before I responded, I had to say, I hear you saying insert whatever. And if that is correct, my partner would say, yes, that is correct. If it wasn't correct, they would further explain before I could answer.
That's a good exercise.
Yeah.
Does
that make sense?
That's amazing.
Because then you're making sure that they heard what you're really trying to say.
And you're listening to it because you have to interpret it.
Yeah.
But you are right though, I know for us, for me, I was taught to listen before speaking, but that was not displayed. And no matter what people say, you can't say as you do, that is dead. We are visual. We look and we see what's acceptable or not.
Yes. Do what I say, not as I do.
Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. Thank you. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I got your back. But I do feel like we are very visual people. We are very hands-on. Like we're hands-on learners. Like kids, you can say this is hot, but until they touch that stove, they're gonna keep trying to touch the stove. So I feel like most people are not as effective with their words.
Yeah.
And that's really a shame because we have this big, beautiful thing. It's called the dictionary. And you could say your words so effectively if you take the time to educate yourself.
Absolutely.
And read a book.
Yeah, thesaurus, Google.
Something.
I Google everything.
Me too.
So
I really feel like communication does not go a long way. And I also am tired of seeing communication skills on a resume.
I know. Like, what kind of communication skills? Are you de-escalating conflict?
Right.
Are you? I don't know.
I don't de-escalate conflict.
You don't. I do. I have.
I don't.
I shouldn't, but I do. I shouldn't.
You do.
I shouldn't though.
But we do, friend.
But we do.
So.
We do. So let's talk about gender communication styles because, we've seen through research that obviously women are more, we're talkers. Like, I think, I can't give you the exact number of words we say in a day, but it's far more than a man says.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
So, just in general discussing that. Because a lot of times, like, I literally will just tell my boyfriend, I'm like, what are you thinking about? Or what do you want to talk about? He's like, I don't really know. Like, I don't really have much to talk about. Or he's like, I'm not really thinking of anything. I had to really get to that point where I was like, wow, he might not be thinking of anything. Like, he might really be like, I'm not thinking about anything. Or I really don't have anything to talk about. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just different, Because when I talk to one of my friends, that's a girl, my best friends, we're able to
navigate conversation.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter.
It don't matter, but with a male, it's just different because you're trying to figure out.
Okay, but he also said that it's different. You remember last time I talked to him about this? I wish we could have him on the show, but because he can explain it far better than I can. But he had said something along the lines of he can talk to his homeboys about,
XYZ.
Yeah, because they have things in common.
Gender,
common. But obviously, like male, female,
it's different.
Our interests are different. He used the word interest.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, and that is true. That is so true.
How do we effectively break that down though, so that romantic relationship can thrive?
I think eliminating expectations.
That's a good one.
Well, I ain't saying like settle. But I'm just saying, it's okay.
But sometimes some people's expectations are a little too high.
Yeah, it's okay to like go into a conversation with someone and realize that they're not this communication scholar. Like, and that's perfectly fine. Like,
yeah,
it's okay. Trying to understand their communication style, and while understanding their communication style, understanding how you can use yours to elevate the conversation. So if I know I am an external communicator, I'm going to talk, and they're just kind of a little bit more reserved, I got to figure out, well, what's going to get them to talk. They might like to talk about work, or they might want to talk about oranges. I don't know, but maybe we can meet some type of common ground. So I think, especially with romantic relationships, it's so important to know that y'all are not the same, and that is okay. Going into everything knowing we ain't the same person. We do have common interests, and we can talk for days and hours, but you might not be able to do that with your partner. Maybe on Sundays.
Not like every day. Yeah.
Right.
I feel like for me, and I'm not in a relationship, but I feel like I can talk to a wall. Like, I can talk to literally like a wall and just have a good conversation. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know how I can do that, but it doesn't matter. Like, I can make a conversation flow. But sometimes I be tired and I don't want to hold no conversation. So help me, or get off the phone with me, because I don't. Or let's just sit here and eat our tacos and enjoy.
Yeah, because it got to be a point where we got to be silent.
And I feel like it's okay. I feel like more people need to embrace the silence.
Okay, can I give an example of this?
Okay.
So Kasey and I had filmed like 6 and we do this, like we'll film 6-7 episodes. We literally will take a time out, and it's not necessarily saying like we'll go to dinner or we'll eat or whatever, but it's not necessarily taking a break from each other. We're taking a break from talking. Like, we're taking a break from
I remember that one the first time we batch recorded and we went to eat. We sat in silence
listen to music. But that chicken was so good. But let me say this. Kasey, we're not used to that. We normally talk.
We always talk.
We literally was like, okay, we were tired. We underestimated recording. We thought, oh, it's no breeze. It was a lot.
And that's because we always talk. We can talk for hours every time we're on the phone. And so I did not know. That day was long. I had a headache.
We went and we had some drinks. We ate. And we listened to the music.
And we sat there.
But
I felt like, and that goes along with my point with the silence. Effective communication, even in silence. Like, you don't always have to be talking about something.
No.
Like, sometimes a little cuddle is fine. Let's just watch the movie. You know, or the show. And then maybe if it's like a 2-hour movie, maybe after that, like, you can have something to talk about. And then go back to being in silence. Like, it's all great. And I feel like women in particular get hung up on wanting the conversation.
We do, because we want that talking. We want that.
We're a different breed of people.
We are. We're definitely different. But that is true. We want that. But sometimes you might not be able to get that.
Not every time, friend.
And that is okay, because we are human. And you know, I will say this too, even within my relationship, sometimes he doesn't get that because I be drained. I be like, oh, okay, like I'm listening to him. And then it's a matter of, are you listening? I am, I promise. I'm just trying to, kind of take a step back from myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and I feel like most women pull that out or try to pull that out of guys like early on in the relationship. Like, for instance, like since I'm dating, like I try to like get to know you,
Yeah.
But then I realized like it doesn't matter what you say. Your actions are still going to matter more than your words. So you can tell me that you're this great guy and you really turn out to be ain't.
Yeah.
And it's nothing that your words could have told me.
Absolutely.
So I feel like we as women, especially like us older women.
She said older women.
Not like seasoned. You see, I didn't say seasoned. I said older.
Older.
Yes. We're not out here hot girl summering it up.
I can't.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like you need to just slow down. Slow your horses. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that you want to be in a relationship and you may want to get married. That's not my ministry. But not my ministry. But just slow down and enjoy the moment. Like, just enjoy your time.
I agree. I agree. Take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy. And slow down with the question asking.
Yeah, kind of just give them like 2, 3, maybe. Just don't.
Back to back. I feel like that's where we as women bombard.
Because as women, we are planners. We have our future set up. We are taught like we have that, and men just aren't.
They're not like that.
They're not like that. They're trying to figure out, well, what am I? And this is no shade to men, but it's like they're more in the moment people. Like, I'm appreciating this moment for what it is, and we as women, we're looking at the moment, and we're like, okay, this is the moment, but I'm looking at 4 years from now.
Yeah.
So that is something different too. So yeah, there are different gender differences too. Definitely so. That
I didn't mean to just beat up on us women. I just want to say this too for the men that watch as well. Please have some kind of conversation for your lady to talk to.
I was just about to say,
you could be thinking about something. You know you're gonna call her. Don't just call. You know how I feel about that.
Oh God!
Don't just call and say, hey, what's up?
Yeah. What you doing?
Nothing. What you doing? Oh, nothing. Oh, okay, cool. Like, I see how this conversation is
like,
going.
can we Can we talk about something else? But no, I don't think you were bashing. I don't think so. Whatever. But I do think those are realistic things that we face. Like we want to know everything. Well, what are you like instead of just taking it slow and understanding things because especially when you're older, you be like, dang, like my time is precious.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally get it. But
I know that
so
before
right.
we go to dinner. I'm gonna know that.
But I tell you this, you are so right with the conversation. Like, y'all need to kind of still up the conversation because we can't just be sitting in silence for like
all the time, and you expect for me to know you and love you and all this other stuff.
I gotta know you. You gotta let me in.
Yeah. And I feel like both parties need to be emotionally okay and allow their partner to be emotionally vulnerable.
Yep, I
because
agree.
That's a lot of times why people don't communicate because they don't want to be vulnerable.
I agree.
So I think that would be healthy and wise. And men, just say to your lady, like, I want to be vulnerable to you right now. Can you accept that?
Yeah. Can I vent? I don't want a problem solving a solution. I just want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Or okay, can I take some time back?
Mm-hmm.
I'm quick to say I just need some time.
Mm-hmm. We know you say that all the time.
Mm-hmm. I don't say that all the time. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
I do. Sometimes you just be like that. I just need some time.
Okay, friend.
I'm so weak. That's
So,
a boundary.
what are some things that maybe you guys feel are good communication strategies for either you and your best friend or you and a coworker or even you and your partner? Please feel free to share those with us on Instagram, Facebook, in our group. And we're definitely going to be more active this season on our group.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
All right, everybody. Well, that concludes our episode. It was so great. Again, subscribe to our YouTube channel and go into all of what we have social media wise. And signing off, Jasmine and Kasey, Authentically Naturale.
Okay, bye.